is I want to start with sports gambling. Sports gambling is so big, okay? And sports gambling is a drug, okay? It is a big, big drug. You know, there's a lot of drugs out there besides crack and cocaine, okay? You got your weed, okay? Alcohol is a drug, no question about it. Food is a drug, okay? Some people are addicted to grubbing down, all right? Sports gambling is definitely a drug, and sports gambling is big.
Now, networks don't talk about it. Government can't tax it. But sports betting is a $200 billion a year business.
There's no question about that. And to be a successful sports gambler, you need to pick 65 to 70% winners. 65 to 70% of the time that you pick against the spread, you need to win to be successful. And the amount of people who are successful in this way, very limited. You are a very skilled individual, in my opinion, if you can pick games in the NFL, college basketball, NBA, whatever you have it. If you can pick winners like that 65 to 70% of the time, I'll tell you one thing, I'm impressed. And it's funny to hear because a lot of people, you know, guys get a win here and there. They pick up a win. They might win 2, 3 in a row. And they think they're winners. They talk a lot of trash. You know, they talk a big game about how they can't be beat. The thing is, though, those guys, they're picking 50%. You might be thinking, well, if I pick 50%, I'm doing okay. No, you're not. You're not at all. Because when you factor in the juice, which is the amount of money that's the cut for the bookmakers, if you're at 50%, you're losing money. And you're a loser when it comes to the world of sports gambling. So be very, very weary of the guy who seems like he's just Mr. Big Time Gambler, can do no wrong, because the chances are that guy who's talking that game definitely does big wrong, okay? You also hear guys say things like this. After the game's over, I knew that team was going to win. Oh, you did? You did know. Somebody told you they were going to win. Awesome. That's awesome. You know, it's like this. It's like, how do I put this? You know every day that you're going to get hungry at some point, okay? You know that if you're driving around in a car all week, at some point the car is going to need gas, okay? But you didn't know that the team was going to win. You don't know. And only a select amount of human beings in this country can pick 70% winners and actually win money on a consistent year in and year out basis picking sports games. Very, very difficult. I wanted my friend's opinion on this matter. I lived with him up in Chico, California, back in the late 90s in the year of 1999. Good friend of mine. I've been able to keep in touch with him over the last decade, and he's an avid sports gambler. I've known this because, well, we've been friends for over a decade, and we've bet on different games over the course of time. In fact, I have him on the line right now, and I kind of want to get his opinion. Hey, Stevie Man, how are you, my friend?
What up, Barclay? How you been?
Man, I've been doing real good. How's your day made out? Pretty good?
Oh, yeah. Doing well.
Excellent.
Sunny California.
That's right, baby. That's right. We love it. So what we're talking about right now on the Barclay Murphy Show, you're listening to Pacific 106, is sports gambling itself is such a big part of, American culture. The Super Bowl just passed. Many, many millions of dollars were exchanged hands either through Vegas or through friends or through whatever. And I understand you like to get involved in the gambling yourself.
That is true. That is true.
What would you say is a stronger feeling? The happiness that you get from a big win, or the lows that go through your body over a big loss? What's a stronger sensation?
We'll put it this way. The happiness lasts for about a day.
Right.
The loss lasts for about 3 weeks.
It does.
So there's absolutely no comparison to a loss and a win.
What was your biggest loss, would you say?
My biggest loss was actually just recently on the Brock Lesnar fight. He fought Cain Velasquez. I know the date well, October 23rd of last year. I had 3,000 riding on Brock Lesnar, so that was pretty huge. That was pretty devastating.
And when you saw the Mexican guy, his arms go up in celebration when he won the fight, how did you feel inside?
I felt sick. I definitely wasn't going to be drinking Coronas or Pacificos anymore. It
does seem kind of like a bad dream that you'd really, really like to snap out of, and it's unfortunately it's a reality situation that you're in.
That's exactly what it is. It's a bad dream. There's nothing worse than waking up that next morning, opening your eyes to the world and realizing, wow, I just lost $3,000. How am I going to make that up?
All right, man. Well, I tell you what, you're listening to the Barclay Murphy Show, Pacific 106. Steve, I really appreciate you coming on the show tonight, okay?
Hey, not a problem. I appreciate you having me.
All right, man. Let's talk to you soon. You have a great weekend.
All right, y'all take care.
All right, buddy. It's just like my friend Steve said right there, it's those big losses, man, they hurt bad. They hurt so bad. And, how he's explaining about feeling sick, that's pretty much how it is. But, I mean, I'll tell you another thing about sports gamblers. They're going to bet, if they're pretty serious about it, they're going to bet as much as they need to feel that win or feel that loss, either way. If you're putting money or action on a game and the amount of money that you're risking to lose won't affect you, it won't really bother you very much, then you're not really gambling. That's the drug that I'm talking about, everybody. This is the Barclay Murphy Show, Pacific 106. You need to bet enough so when you win, you feel like you've actually collected money, and you need to bet enough that if you don't win, it's actually going to affect you. Now, there are different ways of doing that. You can bet, $10 and that kind of thing. Hey, friendly wager. You know what I mean? Gentleman's bet. There's no time for any gentleman's bets. You bet enough where it's going to affect your mood. And that's what makes it intense. That's the drug, ladies and gentlemen, that sports gamblers chase when they are betting on games. And what you realize is, and a lot of you sports gamblers out there do realize, is that the amount of money you bet, as you make more money in your life, hopefully as your career progresses, you're going to make more money as you get older. I mean, I would think at 30 you'd make more money than you would than when you were 20. Most people, it would work that way. Not everyone, but most people, okay? So as you make more money, what you're going to find is, in order to get that feeling, you're going to have to bet a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. And all of a sudden you find yourself throwing around some serious change on these games. What you just want to make sure you don't do is start betting money that you can't afford to lose. Money that you can't look at your wife or your girlfriend and say, hey babe, I just bet away the rent. That's when you need to check yourself a little bit. And I certainly hope for any of you sports gamblers out there that right now like to push the envelope a little bit. You don't bet so much that any of that kind of thing goes down, all right? But it's definitely true. You make more, you bet more, and so you can chase that feeling. And that's why it is a drug. It is a drug. And I can tell you one thing, I'm not real good at it, or I would do it a lot more. I can tell you that. I'll tell you that right now, okay? All right, so one of the things that I also want to get into tonight, we've got multiple things going on. I want to get into NFL football. That wrapped up over on Sunday. That's kind of connected to what I just spoke about with the whole gambling thing. I want to kind of wrap up the season talk a little bit, go over a couple of points. I got a great little interview with a gentleman who's having a hard time at his place of employment due to the fact that he just doesn't quite have the respect for one of his employees, or excuse me, one of his superiors, okay? So I want to get into that a little bit later. I want to play for you the biggest ass chewing by a coach that I've ever heard in my life, or a parent, or anybody. I want to go ahead and play that for you. That's going to be in the next segment, okay? But what I want to get into right now is Phoenix, the Phoenix Valley that we live in here. All of you in California, you know Barclay Murphy lives down here in the Phoenix Valley. Now, Phoenix is a big city, okay? 5 million people live here in Phoenix. Many different areas in the city. You got North Scottsdale, you got Scottsdale and Tempe, which are by far known as the most happening, the best places to hang out, okay? You've got more North Phoenix. You got the 51 that just takes you straight up kind of to the northern Phoenix area. You got the west side. You got all kinds of different little areas around here. Now, everybody knows the east side is the best side in Phoenix, and the side that people aren't so sure about, and the reputation is not that great, is the reputation for the west side, okay? So what I wanted to do is have kind of a correspondent, if you will, to the Barclay Murphy show, my friend Flava. I wanted him to kind of get an idea of what the west side was like. So I had him give a phone call out to Calico Jack's Cantina, which is located there in Westgate on the west side of the Phoenix Valley.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hey, what? It didn't even ring now. What in the world is going on
I
now?
have absolutely no idea. I just picked up the phone.
Every single day. I don't know what's going on. I call you now like, I don't know what's going on. Hey, what's going on now? Am I calling the restaurant now?
Yes, you are.
Oh, my God. Now, you all, I live on the east side of Phoenix. It's so cool over here. I got Scottsdale, Tempe's cool.
Okay, look
now,
at you.
It's so cool. Now, over there now on the west side, is that cool?
Yeah, it's all right.
It's all right, because when you say all right, that doesn't sound like it's actually...
Oh, I mean, if you live next to, like, Scottsdale and Tempe, I mean, ain't no Scottsdale and Tempe.
I mean, that's like the coolest... Because what I understand now, what's your name?
I'm Leslie.
My name's Flava.
Your name is what?
My name's Flava, my dog.
David?
No, Flava, my dog.
Oh, Flavor.
Flava, my dog now. Every single day. All I want to do is be cool now on the west side now, but I heard there's troublemakers over there now. A lot of gang banging, mother. Is that true?
I have no idea. I really don't go out here, so...
Okay. Because I heard that the crowd over there is kind of like gang members and people not being cool.
Our crowd is... we're a cantina, so...
No. Not you now. Not the cantina now. I mean, when you're walking around, trying to be cool, walking around the Westgate now, there's a lot of troublemaker essays and a lot of bad things going on around there. Is that true?
I have absolutely no idea.
Oh, the nightlife now. Is the nightlife cool?
Honestly, I have absolutely no idea. I don't really walk around Westgate like that.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea now. Because what I hear is people are not so cool now.
Probably not. Probably. I mean, I have no idea. I pretty much work here and I go home.
You work there? So you say that one of the reasons why you go home, it's a scary place out there now?
I have no idea. Did you call for a reason? Did you call to speak to somebody?
I was just trying to get an idea about Westgate. Yeah, I was just thought you'd be working there so you could give me the information now. Because I just out here on the east side being cool.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay. Well, I really appreciate you being cool now.
Absolutely.
You are so cool. What's your name again?
Leslie.
Leslie, unbelievable. Every single day. You be walking around, being cool. All right now. Be cool now.
Okay, bye.
All right. I can tell you something. Leslie? You know, you work at Westgate and you don't know the situation out there for Flava? Unbelievable.